Hey guys, it's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, I make videos helping you guys to make money online through eBay dropshipping, so subscribe if you want to see more videos about that. Today's video is going to be about my pricing strategy for my eBay dropshipping business. Those of you who have followed me for a while know that I traditionally have marked all of my items up by 40%. So what I would do is I would take the cost price of the item, including postage or shipping, and times it by 1.4. So as an example, if the item cost £80 and it was £20 to have it posted to your customer, then that would be £100 total, and I would charge the customer £140 for that on eBay, just to keep it simple. So the reason why I mostly have stuck to the 40% markup is because that markup gets me about a 14% profit margin just on the front end. So what that means is for every £100 of sales I do, £14 of that is mine to keep after eBay fees, PayPal fees, as well as paying for the item, of course. So depending on the fees that you pay, because your PayPal fees might be slightly different, your eBay fees might be slightly different, roughly you'll be looking at around 14% profit margin with a 40% markup. So that's one thing I want to distinguish, the difference between your markup and your profit margin. So my markup is 40%, 40, and that gives a front end margin of 14%, roughly 14. Also, what I always do is I make up some profit on the back end by using cashback websites to purchase the orders, using discounted gift cards, and another thing that I always do is look around for any coupons or promo codes and make sure that I'm getting the absolute cheapest price for the item when I purchase it. So that means you end up making more profit. So combining all of those things together, I'm able to consistently maintain a 20% profit margin on my items as an average, which is obviously a big jump up from 14%. So I really am quite strict at making sure I'm implementing all of those other things. Sometimes it might seem like it's such an extra step to do the cashback thing just for an extra 2-3%, and it's such an extra step to find a promo code, but it really does add up, and it could be a really huge part of your business profits. So for those of you who, like me, run your business in the UK, you probably already know, or you should know, that once you get to a certain point, you have to become VAT registered. And I'm not going to get too deep into all of that because it's a whole nother subject for another video. I've done videos before, but it's quite complicated to explain very quickly. But put simply, once you are VAT registered, it does take a chunk out of your profit. And because of that, with my UK business, I cannot operate the same way you might do for your US business, where you can afford to take your markups really, really low, just so that you're making any kind of profit. So I know there are people who sell $100 items for a $2 profit, because realistically, the same amount of effort goes into processing a $100 sale as a $10 sale. So the amount of profit you make doesn't make much difference. If you're processing the order, it takes the same amount of time. Outside of the UK, yeah, sure, it's fine to be making a small profit margin as a percentage of the sale. But inside the UK, because of VAT, that's not a sustainable business model or pricing strategy, because of the VAT implications that will come along if you really want this to be a long-term business and you really want to grow it. So I just wanted to say all of that first to give everyone an idea before I get into my pricing strategy, so you have some kind of background on why I price the way I price. So yes, my pricing strategy, as I say, traditionally I started off pricing everything at 1.4, and to be honest, I didn't have any issues with that. In case you don't know, my strategy is to not look at competition. So I know I'm going to get comments in the questions in the comment section saying, but somebody else is already selling it for cheaper. I don't look at that. I don't care about that. My titles are better, so I sell it for more, even though so many other people on eBay are selling the exact same item for cheaper. I still sell things for more expensive because of my optimization. That's the strategy that I teach. It's the strategy I've always used. So I don't look at competition. One thing I started trialing quite early on was changing my pricing, lowering it a little bit on more expensive items, and so this is the strategy that I'm kind of more working with now. So This is exclusively for my UK listings, not for my US listings. So for my UK listings, the way I'm pricing now is if it's under £50, then the markup is the 40%, which is the highest. And I should probably note as well that my average selling price is £45, so the majority of my sales fit into this category of a 40% markup when I look at it overall or on average. Then if it's above 50 but up to 100, then I'm doing it at a 35% markup, and over £100 then I'm doing it at a 30% markup. And obviously you can see that as the price goes up, the margin goes down, but the pound amount that you're making per processing of an order would stay reasonable. Also, with the 30% margin, even once you factor in VAT, it's still profitable. Another thing that I kind of noted and took into consideration when I was planning this out is that when you place higher priced items, you are more likely to qualify for discounts and promotions and things like that. Even if it's not off that order, a lot of the time you could qualify for it off of a next order, and that's why I'm a little bit more lenient with the higher priced items. And as I say, that's not a huge amount of my business. Most of my items that sell are under £50, so mostly at the 40%, but that's just something that I implemented. It's been working for me and I'm going to stick to it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys in case any of you are thinking about ways to switch up your pricing and ways to experiment with doing that. So the software, in case you don't know, that I use to track all of my pricing for my items is Hustle Got Real. Link is always in the description if you want to check it out. I really like that it makes it really easy for me to implement these changes, because you can go to the filter and just select all items in a certain price range and then change the markup for all of those items at the same time. So it makes it really easy for me to do. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions about my pricing strategy, ask them in the comments section below. Like if this is the kind of video that you enjoy, and subscribe to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video.